Are you looking for a new 55-inch gaming TV that can handle 4K with 120Hz for your next-gen console? Then you're in the right place, because that's what this video is all about. So without further ado, let's get started. I've been looking forward to making this video because it's all about the LG C4. In my opinion, this TV is the best one when it comes to gaming and top image quality, but let's take it step by step. We'll start with the price. As you can see here, the TV currently costs around $1,200, and if we look at the price history, we see that this is historically the cheapest price. Now let's get to the really important things. Why is this TV so good, in my opinion? It has to do with the picture quality. It offers an OLED panel. What does that mean for us? We get perfect black levels because each pixel can be turned off. This results in true black appearance, unlike the LCD TVs, the budget models, which show a dark gray instead of true black. This leads to the claim that we have theoretically infinite contrast, because pure black is obviously a better contrast with any color than dark gray is. Additionally, this TV is really good at displaying HDR content correctly. And that's due to the high peak brightness of 950 nits, because only from 600 nits can HDR be really displayed properly. So all those budget TVs that advertise HDR, HDR10, HDR Pro, whatever, that's not the same. With 280 nits, which is what most of these TVs have, they cannot display HDR correctly. Then you have the TV manufacturers and their marketing slogans that say this TV can display HDR even better because it has mini LED panel, 1300 nits, which is better than the premium OLED TVs. Unfortunately, that's not true. There's something called tone mapping. This ensures that HDR content looks better even with fewer nits, as it prevents extremely bright or dark areas from blending into a uniform mess, while still maintaining good contrast. The LG C4 does this better than most other TVs. In addition, the LG C4 has exceptional color accuracy and almost fully covers the DCI-P3 color space. Overall, you can say that in terms of picture quality, this TV can easily hold its own against high-end models like the LG G4, and that the LG G4 is only marginally better in very specific niche areas such as less reflection or higher peak brightness. But in practice, these differences can only be seen if you place the two TVs side by side and specifically look for them. The average viewer won't notice the difference. But now, since we're talking about the LG G4, let's quickly check how much it costs. Maybe it's worth buying after all, but as you can see, it costs around $1,800, meaning an additional $600. Personally, I think it's better to buy the LG C4 and invest the rest in a good soundbar. Now let's move on to the really important part, gaming. What can this TV do? This TV supports 4K at 144Hz, or in the case of the PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X, 4K at 120Hz via HDMI 2.1. And it has 4 HDMI 2.1 ports. So if you have a gaming PC plus a PlayStation 5 and an Xbox Series X, you can connect all three at the same time and display them with 4K at 120Hz on this TV. It has a 1 millisecond response time, and if you have VRR on, like NVIDIA G-Sync, you'll avoid screen tearing. The response time might go up a little, but we're still talking about 8 milliseconds, which is still fantastic. When it comes to gaming, this TV is amazing. Now, I've already briefly mentioned the ports. Yes, 4 HDMI 2.1 ports, but this TV offers even more. For example, the second HDMI port supports eARC. It also has Wi-Fi and Bluetooth. Why Bluetooth? Well, you can wirelessly connect a soundbar. It also has 3 USB ports and an Ethernet port. One thing that's a bit disappointing but affects very few people is that it lacks a headphone jack, so you can't connect wired headphones on this TV. Now let's move on to the design. Naturally, a TV in this price range is well built, but that was expected, of course. One thing that could have been improved is the remote control. It could feel a bit more premium, but that's not a huge deal in my opinion. Of course, the bezel is slim. Nothing surprising there. As for the stand, it's important to note that the 42-inch model has 2 separate feet on the sides, and from 48 inches and up, which includes the 55-inch model of course, has a single central stand. But as everyone knows me, I can tell you I always recommend wall mounting the TV. If you're interested in that, I've already linked a suitable wall mount for you in the description box below. Now let's talk about the Smart TV features. It runs WebOS 24. This means you get all the major apps and streaming services like Amazon Prime, Netflix, Disney Plus, and YouTube, and you won't be missing anything. It also supports Chromecast. One feature I really like is multi-view. If you have two sources, you can display them simultaneously. So let's say you want to watch YouTube and play games at the same time, no problem. And if you're wondering which sound is being played, well, you can switch between the sources as you wish. LG promises updates for at least 5 years. So what happens after that? Simple. You buy an Amazon Fire TV stick, especially if it's on sale. The 4K version costs around $30, $40. I've been doing this for years and I've had no issues with that whatsoever. How's the sound quality? I'll keep it short. The sound quality is perfectly fine. If you're watching regular TV, it's more than sufficient. But if you're looking for a home theater experience, or if you listen to music regularly and want great sound quality, then it might not be enough. In that case, I recommend getting this soundbar. And why this particular one? First of all, the quality is excellent, and you can also connect it wirelessly to the TV via Bluetooth, which I think is a huge benefit, especially if you have the TV mounted on the wall. Now, this is the summary of my personal opinion. This is the best TV if you want exceptional picture quality. If you're a gamer, just get this one. You can't go wrong with it. And if you're thinking, yes, but I really want the best of the best, then you might want to consider the LG G4. But like I said, that's $600 more expensive. Personally, I think the point of diminishing returns has been reached. $600 more for something that's only slightly better and can only be really noticed in a direct comparison? No, I wouldn't go for that. Take that money and invest it in a good soundbar. That's money much better spent. So, are you convinced? Then here's the QR code. Scan it, check out the current price. $1,200 is a fair price. Anything below that is great. Anything above, maybe wait a bit. Thanks for watching and for supporting our channel. We'd really appreciate a like and a subscription, as well as if you purchase this amazing TV through our international link in the description box below. This has been Marty, and I'll be seeing you on the next video. Cheers!